Hello and welcome. Today is Sunday. I just spent the morning over fixing the shed that I got the bees out of. I haven't checked any of the bees yet, but the plan today is to feed them. I wanted to open up the hives and kind of go through them a little bit, see what was going on in there, but not really warming up too much. I don't know, I think it's probably mid-60s probably. And I'm not 100% sure that I should be going through it. I guess I'm going to let them dictate it when I open them up and see what they're doing. See if they're flying in and out right now. The pile of bees that were over here at this hive, it took them about 3 days after we noticed them to get up off the grass. Dad would come out at night and watch them, and he said that they were out here even after dark. So apparently they were really after that mess, and they got it cleaned up though. None of them are out here anymore. So, but I will say that is definitely active, and they have got a whole bunch of rubber bands on the ground and coming out of the hole. So maybe we will get it opened up and see about getting those bigger rubber bands off, because I don't know if they'll chew through those ones or not. They chew through those little ones like nothing. We'll take a look and see what we got. Well, alrighty then. I just discovered an issue. I was sitting right there talking to the camera, stood up to walk back to my car, and in this bush, I spot a swarm. So I guess I'm gonna have to do something with a swarm today. I'm guessing they weren't just hanging out on the ground and eating sugar. Okay. I have those swarm boxes I built. I think I'll just see if I can put them in there and see if they'll hang out in there. Not sure what I'm going to do to feed them or do anything else, but at least they'll have a home and not just hanging out on a piece of monofloral. Well, that killed about an hour and a half. I already had the swarm box built. I just needed to put a feeder on it, so I built that. And wish my hole was a little cleaner. I brought a bag to clean up around it to prevent anybody trying to steal it. Got a little hole in there for the bees to go in. But I'm debating on, I have these two empty frames. I'm debating on putting these ones with centers in them in, or if I should take the centers out. Kind of leaning towards maybe I'll leave the center in this one and then take the center out of these two. But I don't know. Should probably go make sure that they're still hanging out there and they weren't just there because it was raining. Oh yeah, they're still in there. Good. And these guys over here, they're as busy as ever. Almost got a couple more rubber bands pulled out. Get that box over here, get the sugar over here, get this show moving. The only problem is I switched vehicles and I got all of the bee stuff loaded. The only thing I didn't load is my tripod, so I'm gonna have to get a step-in post and we'll just have to film what we can film. Well, I guess Dad used all the step-in, so we found a piece of flat stock. I'll just tie you to that. But the game plan is going to be trim this back as much as I can so I can get as close as I can, and then I don't know, if I find something that I can cut and pick the whole thing up, I'll get it, but I don't know. It looks like they're clinging on to quite a bit of stuff. There's a monofloral here, and then there's a couple running across that way, so we'll see what we get into when we get in there. This group, they just keep getting louder and louder. They got a feeding frenzy going on with all the goldenrod around here. There they are. Oh, there it is. Those guys are fed. These guys are collected. I can't say for certain that the queen is in there, but I'm gonna say that they think she is. So for the frames in here, I had the 2 that didn't have anything in them, and then I had the 3 with the cores in them. So I went solid, empty, solid, empty, solid. I figure that'll give them space in there to decide if they want to build by themselves or if they want to build on the frame. So we'll see. I realize that that's not ideal, but it'll have to do for now until I figure something out in the future. Mostly until I figure out if they're going to actually stay or not. We got to run down the road and feed the other bees, but first I think we're going to grab a round bale. One bale loaded. Alrighty, well, we got over here to this original hive, and I don't know, the top of this box is totally empty and half of the bottom box is empty as well. So there are about 4 frames of honey in it, and the brood is super spotty. So I don't know if the queen is just taking a break, or maybe the queen left, or perhaps I really screwed up 2 weeks ago when I took out those queen cells, because maybe they knew something that I didn't. I don't know. They're still putting honey away though, so maybe the queen is still in there. Not sure how that one works. Got the hay bale home. Now we gotta put it in the barn. Got the truck unloaded. Now it's time to get rid of the bee equipment. Got all the bee stuff put away. I got everything else that needs done tonight done. Got about an hour left to sun. Might as well cut some wood. I should take a few minutes and clean this scrub brush out of here, but that doesn't really add to the size of my pile. So I think what I'm gonna do is I might cut this out of here. You can get a couple pieces out of that. Come down here to this cherry. Just keep working my way down. Well, there's another 45 minutes. Pile's gotten bigger. This one gave me a bit of trouble getting it out of here. Thankfully, my wife showed up and helped me pull it out of the abyss. It got stuck up there in that corner, so we had to pull it out of there. But she showed up to tell me that the lights are on in my work car and there's no reason they should be on, so now I have to go look at that. Sure enough, brake lights are on, but the headlights are not. Well, that's inconvenient. So let's see if we have something stuck on this pedal over here. Let's see. Turn this around, hit the flashlight. Yeah. Why did you get stuck? Huh? That's weird. No headlights. No brake lights. Well, alrighty then. One more thing to keep an eye on. Always something. And we're back. It is now Tuesday. The last clips were on Sunday. Skipped Monday because, well, Amazon's awesome, but we won't get into that. I'm gonna come over here and check out this beehive that I got out of the log. I'm kind of worried that they lost their queen, so I just want to see how they're doing. I figured out a way to get them moved, so probably next week's video I'll do that. mostly because I want them to drink the sugar water out of here so I don't have to move that weight. But get over here and check them out. All right, the good news is they're flying in and out, and apparently they're still angry with me. So we'll just leave those guys alone for right now. Without opening it up, you can't really tell, I guess, from what they're doing, but they're still coming and going and still protecting their hives. So I'm leaving. Go away. Ah, damn it. Ah. Guess I didn't leave fast enough. Ow. Ah. Guess we'll see how that reaction works. Ah, that's not good. Well, let's go see how that swarm I caught was doing. Alright, so we're up here where the other bees are at. Hopefully they're much nicer. Let's make sure everybody's still doing what they're supposed to be doing. That hive's doing very good. And it looks like the swarm I caught's still doing pretty good. And they're half out of their sugar. Alrighty, good to see that they're doing okay over here. So it's been a while since I've walked the sap lines. I haven't been back up here since I pulled the taps out of the trees, so I'm gonna walk them now and see if I have to clean them before the weather changes and that becomes an issue. Right now it's dry enough I can get the tractor and wagon up there and stuff, so it won't be bad if I have to do it. Came up here a little bit, walked up to the road. Haven't really found anything more than I was expecting. It's moldy in the same spots it's always moldy, which is kind of odd.
Can I put that?
But I did come down here, hold on, and
Daddy,
I got this.
Hey Daddy, this one is not dirty.
Nope.
It's still up there.
Yep. Came down here to these gauges and seen this one was laying down in the creek and it's full of dirt, so I'm gonna have to buy another one of those. We'll get that
Daddy, I just jumped toward this.
stuck back up in there. I'll get up here onto the other side of the dam and see what we're looking at up there.
Look, which one is
Made it up on the other side of the dam. And here's a good example. Like, there isn't any growth in here, but you get up on this side of the tree and there's a whole bunch of growth in here. So, I don't know. That one looks like algae in there. And then it gets better, so we'll have to cut this section out and redo it. I've already redone this section, it looks good. Now it's time to replace this one. We've made it about halfway up, and we've got a stick on the line here, pushing the line down to the ground. And then over here, don't hit my phone, we have a big tree on it. I'm going to get this stick off and get this off the ground, so hopefully the squirrels aren't chewing on it.
Daddy, look,
Oop.
there's another one.
Man, that's already chewed up. Probably from being on that tree. What? You got pricked again? Can you go pick that sap line up a little bit? Just push it up the tree some.
This one? Here?
Yeah, push that one up a little bit. A little bit more. Keep going, go like to where your head is. Can you go that high? Yeah, clear up there. Good job. And then we'll come down here and get this one. We got some growth in here. I'll have to cut these off again.
Hey Daddy.
Now this one, I'm gonna need a chainsaw for. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna do that. Probably anytime remotely soon, because let's see here. That one's dead.
What?
These two are dead.
What?
That one over there's dead.
Hey Daddy, this one is kind of like a bridge. Daddy,
These two might be
Hey,
dead.
Daddy, this is kind of like a bridge.
Oh, and I guess the tree I was standing right beside. So there's lots of chances for more trees to fall on it. I should get over here and get it up so it's not stretching it out and it can get up in the warm weather. But we'll see what time gives us. I got plenty of wood over here I should be collecting before it's all garbage, but we'll see. Well, we made it to the top of the first run, and I found yet another down spot. So we'll have to come up here before the weather changes and get that cut off. And I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards getting them cleaned, but a lot of it looks so good. Maybe I'll just come up and get stuff dried out and see how it looks in the spring, end of winter. I'm gonna run over and check the other 2 lines now. Just about ready to head down the hill. I decided to check this gauge to see if I'm gonna have to replace this one. I should really go over and check the one on the other side. But you can see it's got an earwig in it.
What is it?
So I'm not a huge fan of that. Not sure how it got in there, considering this is an oil-filled one
Hey, Daddy.
and the oil didn't drain out into the line. But I do have liquid sitting from here. I don't know, maybe right there. So we're gonna undo this and see if it drops. It's sitting at about 1 PSI maybe. So we're gonna get this opened up and see if there's maybe pressure on it. I doubt it. Alright, so we got it unhooked, and as expected, it didn't move. So we'll have to get a few of those ordered, but for now, we're gonna run over to the other side.
Hold on.
Well, we're just about back to the bottom, and I found another tree down. So I guess I know what I'm doing in the next couple weeks. Maybe this week. We'll see how time works out. Got to get those off the ground. Well, we made it down to line number 3, and immediately, right where the tank goes, we got a log on it. But I think it's broken right there, and the line's right there. So I'm going to try picking it up and moving it. That way we don't have to come down here and cut this one off. Plus we have pieces out here. I'll chuck off the ditch and get that out of the way. We got that off. Now we gotta go down here and pick, where's it at? Pick that piece up. So, yeah, these lines aren't on the ground anymore. Well, run number 3 looked good, but we're over here on run number 2, and well, you can't really see it right here. But this is the wrong color green.
Hey, look at this.
Starts
Dada.
somewhere in here, and then it goes down maybe to that tree stump. So we're gonna pull this tap and get the water out of it. I guess I should have been up here a while ago and checked for liquid, because that is full of algae. But we'll get it drained out and dried out. We got that one drained out. Looks like I might have to stand some more fence post up. My support stick got taken out. Got some sticks on it down here. We're gonna walk up and then we'll come back. Well, we got that stood up for now. Probably until the next deer hits it, and then that stick will fall and it'll fall over again. Need to get a T-post for it. Alright, so we got this top half done, and it doesn't look too bad. So I am impressed that the tape that I put on the squirrel bite holes are still sticking there, so at least I don't have to look for the ones I found last year. So I'll have to get my bag of splices and come fix those. I need to fix some fence posts up here so my line doesn't fall over.
Green makes go, go, go!
Greens go, go, go! Paw Patrol! I am glad to see that in this woods, it doesn't look like there's any trees down, but I definitely need to get my weed whacker in here and get the model floral roses knocked back so I can actually walk my lines. Other than that, I think that's the biggest problem in this woods. Well, it's Thursday night. Got another super late start because I had to go over and drop some money off with Dad so he could go over and pick up a part I ordered for the Sugar Shack. And then we got distracted by him mowing. Hi, buddy! So, someone had to go for a ride. And now, he wants to cut trees. So with a little bit of light we have left, we're gonna go cut on some trees. There we go. Another one cleaned up. Wood pile got bigger. The little got happy. Now it's time to go cook dinner like I wanted to. Day tomorrow. Well, it's Friday night. I used Thursday night for editing because I haven't been doing very good at that this week. But Dad let me know last night that these bees up here at his place, the swarm needs food. So I brought them over some sugar water. Oh yeah, it's empty. But I also want to measure some stuff on this other hive. What are you guys doing outside like that? Huh. That's weird. Alright, I'll leave. Don't sting me. Getting tired of getting stung. But I want to get that stuff measured up so I can, that hive down the road, I'm going to go through it good this weekend. Probably be the next video, because I don't think they have a queen, like I've been saying, and I want to go through it real good and make sure there's no, make sure there wasn't a delay with the queen laying or anything. And if there's no sign of anything happening in there, I'm going to bring it up here and mix it with the swarm. So I don't think it'll be too hard. Watched a few videos on it this morning. Should be able to just put them together and put a piece of paper in between them for a little bit and let them figure it out. But that should help both hives, because that one down the road will die with no queen, and this one up here will probably die because there's no food in it. And they don't really have a lot of time to make it up. Maybe a month and a half to really do a lot of their work. So I figure if I put them together, at least they stand somewhat of a chance. Alright, I'm going to get my bee suit on and we'll get over there and get them fed. Alrighty, while I'm here, I might as well open it up and see what they have going on in here. Well, buddy, I like that. They're building comb. Alright, if they want to build on this frame, I'm going to take that empty out. I'm going to move another solid over. Well, it was good to see that they're actually doing something. Now this one, I just have to figure out how to plug this hole up for the one down the road so I can get it up here without all the bees running out. So we got all the measurements we needed. We haven't had them open yet. They got a pile of rubber bands out here. I'm just gonna open them up real quick to see what's going on, mostly for the rubber band situation. I think they're doing all right. We're gonna check on the comb and make sure that looks good too. Wow, I like a lot. Ooh, that's heavy. Oh yeah, they're getting that built out. And you guys are doing some great work. So you had nothing when I picked you up. Oh yeah, they're building out that side. Filling up that side. You guys are gonna be fatties for winter. Good. Oh yeah, they're getting all of this built out. I can't wait to see what they have underneath. Wow! That is full of honey. None of it's capped yet, but that is heavy. Wow. There's some capped honey. Whew. They got one big rubber band off. Wow, every one of these frames is packed full of bees. This one's got brood on it. Oh yeah, that's a whole frame of brood. Well, not quite a whole frame, but... Yep. There are so many bees in that hive, it's crazy. But they're definitely doing their job. They have all of their comb fixed. I thought about getting some of the rubber bands off, but there's too many bees in there. I'm not gonna fight them for it. I'm just gonna, if they chew it off, they chew it off and drag it out. If not, oh well. Came over here hoping they'd calm down a little bit and go back home, but considering that is currently what the outside of their home looks like, I think it's probably going to take them a little while to settle down and go back to home. But I mean, they're all starting to work their way into the box again. But I might have to just grab my stuff and go for a walk with them until they decide to leave me alone. I walked around the building and wasn't too bad. Still had a few with me, but and then I got over here to the sugar shack and got stuff put away, and I had them all gone but two, and they were very determined not to leave me alone, so I had to walk down the driveway a little bit to get rid of them, but they're gone now. Get cleaned up and get out of here. Saturday night, just got done with work, taking the dogs for a walk. I'm gonna go over and feed the bees I went through last night, because the goal was tomorrow to move the other bees. Not sure if that's going to happen now. I got invited to cut wood, so I'm going to go do that. Not sure how it's going to work out time-wise. But if I can get over there and feed the bees early enough, which it's like 6 o'clock now, hopefully I'll have time to run down the road and rip that hive apart. I just want to see if there's anything new in there, just to verify that there's a queen or not. I know I keep talking about it, but I don't know. So I guess that's the plan. And then when I'm done with the bees, I gotta sharpen my chainsaws and get ready for tomorrow. Everybody's home. Kind of like they were last night, but we're not going to rip the whole hive apart tonight, so hopefully they won't be quite as angry with me. Well, never mind, they're pretty angry. We'll get out of here and let them calm down. Made it down here to my other hive, and I left the whole bee suit on because I got tired of waiting for the bees to leave me alone. Went for a little bit of a walk and they still wouldn't leave me alone. Rolled the windows down in the car and went for a drive though, so they're gone now. But we're about to start over. I just have to remind myself that all I'm doing is looking for fresh brood, but if I don't, we all know what I'm doing in the next video. Alright, the first thing I noticed is there's still some bees down here, so that's good. Well, I didn't find a single cell with any brood in it. At least last week when I was in there, there was, I don't know, 5 or 6 cells maybe that had brood in it. I did find maybe 3 or 4 cells that might have been started for a queen cell, like a cup cell, but I don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna just put them together, and it is what it is. They'll figure it out. We'll do that next week in the next week's video. Man, I was taking my bee suit off and one found me. I ended up slapping myself in the face because he said he was going to go for it, but I got him before he got me. Anywho, I'm going to go sharpen chainsaws and finish editing this video. I'll catch you guys next week. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.